This period, we're going to be talking about your academic work. We're going to be providing all of you with what we like to call an academic survival kit that we believe will help you master the material presented to you in your classes, as well as help you earn the highest possible grade in those classes. Notice that I didn't say help you receive the highest grade possible. I said earn the highest grade possible. Grades are never given, they are earned. Fortunately, being successful in the classroom to a large degree boils down to a handful of things that you can absolutely control. Coming to school prepared, staying organized, and asking for help when needed. Let's talk about what it means to come to school prepared. First and foremost, you will need to come to school equipped with what you need to succeed in the classroom. Each of you will be assigned a Chromebook. Make sure when you come to school each day that your Chromebook is fully charged. Each of your teachers will also tell you what they expect you to bring to their particular class each day. But at the very least, make sure that your backpack is full of paper, pens, and pencils. Remember, each of you will be assigned a locker. If you don't want to carry all of your class supplies to each period, use your locker. We have 10 minutes in between each class, plenty of time to swap one class out for another. In addition to coming to school with the right gear, you also need to come to school each day having done the required homework. The amount of homework you have each night will depend on the classes that you're in, as well as the teachers that you have. But you should plan on doing some homework every night. Remember, the purpose of homework is to either sharpen the skills that you've already learned, or it is meant to prepare you to better understand the material that's going to be covered in the next class. Either way, if you neglect your homework, you're going to fall behind. Stay on top of your work, and remember, grades are not given, they are earned. My last thought on coming prepared is that we want you to come to school with the right mindset. Each of you has greatness within you. Often, what prevents people from reaching their full potential are things like self-doubt, a lack of desire, or giving up in the face of adversity. Be confident, be curious, ask questions, show some grit. In short, be mentally prepared to give it your all each day. Let's move on to talk about other skills that will help. Students, from time to time, you're going to need some extra help in the classroom, whether it's clarifying something that you didn't understand in class or getting some extra help before a quiz or a test. Everyone will need some extra help at some point. The good news is that there are numerous ways we can help. The first obvious option is to ask your teacher. A lot of students don't want to ask their teachers because either A, they're embarrassed to ask for help, or B, students think that teachers will get annoyed if they ask them for that help. Here's some insider info. Teachers, all of our teachers, want you to ask for help. They want you to ask questions. Teachers want all their students to do well and are willing to support any student who wants to do the same. Remember, when you ask your teachers for help, catch them before or after class. Be kind, be polite and courteous, say please and thank you, and if you ever set up another time to meet, show up and be on time. If you send an email to your teachers, identify yourself. Again, be kind, polite, and courteous, and please use clear language about what you need help with. The other way you can get some extra help with math or writing is by attending one of our peer tutoring groups, otherwise known as PTGs. We have a PTG in writing and another in math. Our writing center and our math reteaching center will be held at lunch on Tuesdays and Thursdays each week throughout the year. These centers are open to everyone and are absolutely free. Details about when our PTGs are actually going to open and where they will be held will be shared with students and families shortly after the start of the school year. As I mentioned earlier, Lancers, TOHS has an exciting new opportunity for students this year called Office Hour, which will be offered every Thursday morning from 8:30 until 9:15. Office Hour is a time for all of you to visit with your teachers, get extra help, get caught up, or make additional progress in any of your classes. Students can access a teacher's office hour in one of two different ways. If you are really struggling in any of your classes, your teacher can assign you to their office hour. Or if you are passing all of your classes, you can actually sign up to attend any of your teacher's office hours. You can check to see if you have been assigned an office hour, or you can actually sign up for a teacher's office hour through 5-Star. Make sure you have the 5-Star app on your phone, or you have the 5-Star website bookmarked on your Chromebook. We strongly encourage all students to take advantage of office hour each week. Office hours are going to start the third Thursday of the first semester. That's 2 weeks from tomorrow. And we're going to be sending out a detailed video on all the details on our new office hours sometime next week. All right, students, let's take a moment and talk about some specific skills, some specific tips that you can use in order to make sure that you are successful in all of your classes. Now, to do this, one of the first places I went in terms of looking for resources for you was an organization called AVID. And if you don't know what AVID is a nationwide program that is incredibly well known in terms of helping students build the skills and the habits necessary to be successful in school. So if you go to avid.org and go to the tab that says Student Resources, there's the website. You should be able to find this list with relative ease. Now, take a look. First item there is all about managing your anxiety. Now, these are all tips, I should mention, that are solid tips for all students, whether you're an incoming 9th grader or a 12th grader. These are just good reminders of really those things that can help you get through all of your classes. So item number 1 is managing your anxiety. Everybody has a little bit of test anxiety or feels anxious when things start getting a little heavy or really complicated, or your life gets really full with lots of responsibilities. One of the single most important ways that you can manage your anxiety is just being prepared and staying on top of it all. Take breaks. If you do find yourself preparing for assignments or tests and you find yourself getting anxious, take a break, walk away and come back to it. But I think the biggest thing that you can do in order to manage your anxiety is to manage your time. Don't wait to the last moment and be prepared. And if you are feeling anxious about being unprepared, ask your teachers, ask your counselors, ask administrators. We're here to help you. One other important skill that I think is not talked about a lot, but I think it definitely is helpful for all of you, and that is the process of backwards mapping. Backwards mapping is a skill where you begin with the project or the test or the essay or whatever it is that you're doing in class, having a really good idea of what it is that your teachers are asking for, and most importantly, when they are asking for it. Start with that date and that finished product in mind, and then from that point, work backwards in order to figure out what steps you need to take in order to get to that point. And more importantly, when you need to take those steps in order to have that all done. Learning how to manage your time is another key aspect here. I'm not going to suggest that all of you spend all of your free time working on homework or schoolwork. I'm an individual that is all about balance. Not only do we want hardworking and conscientious students, but we also want healthy and happy students. So the key word here that I'm going to explain is balance. All play and no work is going to create some problems for you, but all work and no play is also going to create a whole lot of problems. So really learn how to balance your time and do those things that are necessary. Use your time wisely. Probably the single largest group of tips that you're going to be hearing about for the next, as long as you're in high school, have to do with organization. And organization is all about knowing when things are due, knowing exactly what is due, knowing and having the ability to keep track of all of your assignments. Please do use a planner. Now, your planners can be either old school paper and pencil planners, which is great, or if you prefer to use something online through your Chromebook or your phone, that's fine too. But being able to know exactly what is expected of you, what your assignments are at any given time is really important. The other thing I want to mention to you is just organizing all of the information that you're going to be taking in during class time, as well as all that information that your teachers give you. Figure out a system that works best for you, whether it's binders, whether it's doing everything on your Chromebook, making sure that you've got paper and pencil so you can take notes. If you're not familiar with how to take notes, you may want to talk to your teachers about the best way to do that. A lot of you have a note-taking process that works for you, and that's fine. But just make sure that when your teacher is giving you information in class, that you are doing something in order to capture that information. Because when you go back and you're preparing for a test or a project, you want to be able to go back and reflect on those notes and really better understand them. So those are just some key tips that I wanted to share with you, but you don't have to take my word for it. I spent the last week or so kind of walking around campus asking some students and some staff members what tips they have for you, and this is what they had to say. Take a listen.
My advice for incoming freshmen has to be just get yourself out there, get involved, do your work, don't slack, because things could pile up very easy. And just get yourself out there, make new friends, enjoy.
Okay. Be yourself and just get involved in things at school, even if no one else is doing it.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Dano. My advice would be to get to know your counselor and get to know them as soon as you can. They'll be your friend for the next 4 years.
My advice for incoming freshmen is to just not overwhelm yourself with everything, like on the first day and in the first week. It's going to be stressful, but just try to not overwhelm yourself because it gets a lot easier and more fun.
Don't procrastinate.
And don't be late to class. You'll miss a lot of stuff.
Morning, freshmen. I'm Mr. Smith. I'm the activities director here. My advice to freshmen would be dress up for the Spirit Days. You might feel like you're going out on a limb, but it's a lot of fun.
The advice I would give to the new freshmen is to stay focused and keep up with your homework and just have fun and be yourself.
Stay on top of your schoolwork because it can pile up.
Welcome, freshmen. A little tip from the attendance department, please make sure you're on time. Good habits get good grades.
Final tip that I would want to give to all of you is this. Please don't take shortcuts. Don't cheat. Bottom line. Not only are you going to be cheating yourself out of a solid education, but you could land yourself into some serious disciplinary issues. Here to talk a little bit more about academic dishonesty is Assistant Principal Danielle Oliveri.
At Thousand Oaks High School, we take academic honesty seriously because it's key to your success and growth. This means being truthful, taking responsibility for your work, and respecting others. To make sure everyone understands what's expected, we have a clear academic honesty policy in place.
This policy states that students will not misrepresent examination materials, research assignments, class assignments, and homework assignments as their own, when in fact they are the work of someone else. They will also not engage in unauthorized communication during tests, quizzes, classwork, or homework. They will not allow others to look at their work and or copy their assignments, tests, or quizzes. They will not use unauthorized materials during a testing period, nor let anyone copy from them. They will not copy from outside sources, including the internet or any AI source, without teacher permission. They may also not have a cell phone out during a test or quiz, and they may not violate the CVUSD acceptable use policy. So what happens if you're caught violating the policy? Per the CVUSD board policy, on the first infraction, the teacher will conference with the student and record a grade of fail for that assignment. The teacher will notify the parent and send a referral to the appropriate administrator. The student will then be placed on a contract with the understanding that a second infraction in the same or any other class will result in the student's removal from the course in which the second infraction occurred. The contract will remain in effect for 2 years from the date of the infraction. If there is a second infraction in the same or any other class over the 2-year span, the teacher will send a referral to the appropriate administrator. The parent will be notified and the student will be removed from the course and placed in a study hall with a grade of fail for the semester. I can't stress enough the importance of maintaining integrity when it comes to your schoolwork. Learn good habits now because the consequence of cheating becomes much more dire as you move into college. If you're struggling and need help, don't hesitate to talk to your teachers. They are there to support you.